Check, check. All right. Hey, how you guys doing? I just wanted to make a quick little video here about inflation because obviously inflation is a huge topic on everybody's mind these days. Um, I just came back from the store and yeah, it's getting crazy. The prices are out of control, and I just want to know if other people are having the same type of worries as I am, and maybe try to pull our resources and heads together and try to figure out ways we can beat inflation. Um, uh, One of the things that I try to do is I try to keep my eye on what wealthy people doing, what are the big money management uh, companies doing, what are the rich people doing, and do what I can to copy them. And one of those things is, gold and silver. Central banks and governments, um, besides the West, which is not all the West, but for the majority, the biggest names in the West, like the United States, they are not buying gold and silver. As a matter of fact, that's a topic they want to keep completely hush hush and off of the radar, which is weird. Um, I know we've never been audited, and there's been issues where people have tried to claim their gold and silver, and they've been told, "Sorry, but we can't do that for you today. Could try us back in another few decades." I don't know. It's kind of interesting, but I would definitely recommend if you can get your hands on some. If you don't have a lot of money, I get it. But you can get an ounce of silver for around $30 right now. You could have, you know, you can dollar cost average in, get your hands on some silver. If you got some money put away, maybe think about taking some of that and diversifying into some precious metals. This is not financial advice. I am not a financial or a tax or legal advisor. So do your own research. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Um, that being said, do what you can with what you got. That's what it boils down to. Start making a budget. Start making a plan. Dollar cost average. Also, we are moving into a digital world, and there is going to be new technologies. The cryptocurrency is a taboo phrase. Okay, it means that's a very broad spectrum. But cryptocurrency, certain cryptos are their technology, their software. They are the new age of technology, and you can actually get some of those even way cheaper. Um, you can get, oh my gosh, you can get them. I mean, gosh, for less than a penny, depending on what you're looking for. But you definitely got to know what you're doing. You got to do your research with cryptocurrencies. I have a very diverse portfolio. When I say diverse, I just mean I have quite a few tokens. A lot of them revolve around a specific ecosystem. Um, they are not all part of the same ecosystem. They all have their own ecosystem. Um, but you know, they um, they all tie together with a very specific ecosystem that I believe in. I have strong conviction in this ecosystem. Um, I believe this ecosystem is going to ultimately be the top dog of them all. And anything that is connected to them is also going to go up. So you know what they say, a rising tide raises all ships. So um, do some research. I would definitely check out. There's different channels, but Digital Perspectives, Brad Kimes. You've got DAI, which is Digital Asset Investor. You got Zach Rector. I would look into some of these channels, um, and you'll know what I'm talking about. As I grow my channel, as I put some other things together that I can help people, I will be putting those links and things in the description of the videos or in the pinned comments, and hopefully I can help some people out. My goal is to try to help people, to try to give people a different perspective and give them some options, give them real options that they can, actionable options that they can do something with and that can help them in the future, because there's gonna be a lot of hurting people in the very near future. Um, that being said, this is gonna be a little bit off topic, but not really. But anyways, this right here, the fourth turning. It was a book, um, but it's also a belief. It's a belief of cycles that the planet has gone through in society, um, on a large scale, on a global scale, I guess you could say. Now, I have not read the book, okay, but I have an idea of what it's talking about, and it's interesting how these cycles play out and how we are now looking at similar events. And this happens over, decades. It's not something that happens overnight. It's something that happens over years, as it makes a complete turn from one system to another new system. Basically, you can call it a new global order. Okay, this is how they change the global order as we know it to a new global order, and this is just how the chips fall. And it's interesting. All of these things, okay, these are all things that take place during the different cycles. The first cycle, or the first, not different cycles, but the different aspects of each cycle. And there's four aspects, okay? You got high, first, second, third, and fourth, okay? That's why they call it the fourth turning, because it happens in four different phases. And right here, it gives you a breakdown of each phase, okay? Um, and obviously at the fourth phase, everything's at the weakest, right? Nationalism's at the weakest. Unfortunately, it looks like we are literally looking down the barrel of the fourth stage right now. I hate to say that. Unfortunately, these events, the fourth turning, the last cycle, the last phase of the cycle, is the worst. That's when it turns to war and people get, a lot of deaths, a lot of bad things take place in order for the earth to renew and become this other thing. Now, I do not believe in the earth renewing. I did not mean to say that. What I meant to say was to prepare the planet and the people of the planet for whatever new uh, uh, governing powers. I don't know how you want to call it, but it's the new global order, basically. I believe in God, in Jesus Christ. Obviously, I am a Christian, born again Christian, and I'm doing my part here by trying to share with others, as well as give you a different aspect, a different perspective on all these events with a Christian background and a Christian view. Now, it's interesting that these different cycles, right? There's four phases. In Revelations, it talks about the four horsemen. Okay, now it's kind of interesting how each horse plays a different role and has a different uh, aspect to them. Now these don't necessarily fit that, right? But it's just interesting how it's the fourth turning. Um, You have the Nazi idiom, or the Nazi, the Fourth Reich, right? We have now the Fourth Industrial Revolution. We have, right? This is going to be the fourth um, beast, the fourth. It all plays together to the same thing. And the interesting part about it is we now have social media, we now have the internet, we have a very fast. So in other words, these events take place even faster now because of all of the information. They can actually falsify. They can manufacture this uh, this cycle, these phases, right? And this fourth turning, they can bring it about even faster with social media. They can make us believe whatever they want, and that's what they've been doing, and persuade us and psychologically manipulate us to believe all of these things, these nationalism, birth rate, families, child nature, nurture, gender roles, all of this stuff. They can push it even faster and harder to make us go even further and quicker into these cycles as they play out. So I just think it's interesting. Um, Now, I ultimately started this video off with inflation. Inflation is going to be a big deal. Um, the black horse is the horse of basically the money, right? The money's going to be upside down, right? So all the rich people are going to be up here living high and large, and then you've got all the poor people are going to be slave class at the bottom. There's no middle class. There's no different tiers. They're either on the right side of this or the wrong side. And the Bible even says that they will not be harmed. That the rich people are going to continue to be rich. They're going to continue to do well, and those that are not are going to have a hard time. And a lot of them are going to die. That's what happens. That's the pale horse, the last horse. It's an accumulation of all four horses, and it brings about mass death on the planet. Now, I want to give a little bit of hope. Okay, Jesus gives us the knowledge of the beginning and the end, so we can use that knowledge to make wiser choices with our money, to make wiser choices with our lifestyles, and to try to be in the best possible situation. Now, that doesn't mean that we can all get rich. It doesn't mean we can all get, whatever, because money doesn't matter. In the end, you have to know who Jesus Christ is, because even if you have all the money, there's no promise that you're going to live to see tomorrow, to enjoy that money. But the one thing that will matter is, did you make that commitment to Jesus Christ while you were here? What did you do with him that you can go into the afterlife praising him and with peace in your heart, and also leaving a legacy for your children and for your family members behind you, so that they know where to put their trust as they have to unfortunately live through some of these events that we're talking about now. So what can we do? Like I said, cryptocurrency, God's money, gold and silver, those are things that you can do. Commodities, right? Invest in commodities, right? Copper, uh, uh, shoot, man, food, right? Um, um, what else? Oil. Um, these are the things that we need, the staples that we need to survive are the things that are going to be worth the most in the future. Now, right now, they're making it look real unattractive. The prices are at the lowest possible price. Why is that? Well, it's by design. They don't want you to see the prices going up, because then everybody's going to jump in and everybody's going to have a chance to ride that wave on up. They want you to stay away right now, so they're making it look like there's nothing going on in that sector. There's no, money in gold and silver. It's worthless. The new thing is this digital currency, possibly Bitcoin, whatever. They want you all to jump in on Bitcoin, but they want to keep you away. They want to keep you away from the utility tokens, because utility tokens, just like commodities, are going to be the real value in the future. Those are the things that you need to be looking at. If it's at a low price, that's where you want to be putting your money. Now, this is not financial advice, but do some research. You got to understand it a little bit. but you need to understand the future and also how money and waves of energy flow into different um, commodities and different things, because that's how you invest. To be a smart investor, okay, you buy low, right, and you sell high. Now, if you believe in it, you can hold some for long term, but take some profits when they come, because you don't know how it's going to go in the crypto markets. It's beast on its own. You have to understand that market, understand how that cycle moves, understand how that stuff flows, and then you know move accordingly. So I believe that Ripple Labs, I believe that Flare, I believe H bar, XLM, so Stellar, Zinfin, XDC. These are, I believe, are going to be the tokens of the future. These are going to be what everything is going to run on, right? And when something runs on it, the value of whatever's running on it, the total value of that now is divided into that native token. So if there's a million XDC and they put all the gold in the world and tokenize it and put it on there, guess what? Whatever all the value of the gold in the world adds up to, you divide that by however many tokens there are, and you now have a token worth that much. It's going to happen. It could happen just like that. It could be gradual. We don't know how this is going to take place, but know what you hold. Also, if it's not your keys, it's not your crypto. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. Okay. You want to have possession of your own things. Okay. Understand what I'm talking about. If you don't know anything about crypto, start doing some research. The best commodity, the best thing you can invest in right now is yourself, knowledge and education. Understand how the world is changing, understand what that means for you and your family, and start taking advantage. Okay, there is opportunity here. Okay, you don't have to be so fearful if you have a little bit of peace, because you are starting to understand things and you know how it's going to move, and you start to make decisions and positioning yourself ahead of these things as they're unfolding in front of us. Right now, we are entering a crypto bull market. Crypto bull markets make a lot of people a lot of money. Now, that being said, this is not gambling. If you are just throwing money at something and hoping you're just going to get rich on it, you don't understand it, you don't take a little bit of time to learn and educate yourself, you will just lose money and you will be exit liquidity. You do not want that to happen. Understand what you're doing. Okay. Learn how to buy, learn where to buy, learn what to buy. And like I said, you can dollar cost average at a very low price on these cryptos. I mean, some of these things are under a penny. Some of them are under 50 cents. I mean, you can, just start accumulating now. Okay. Get you some gold, some silver, whatever you can get your hands on, whatever you can afford. Start dollar cost averaging into these things and just help yourself. There's the what was it? Was it El Salvador? One of these countries that fell because hyperinflation took over and destroyed them, their currency. They were asked, "What would you have done if you would have known now? If you knew now what you knew? If you knew then what you know now, what would you have done differently?" And they say, "I wish I would have bought more gold and silver. I wish I'd have had some gold and silver because it went parabolic, and they would have been able to survive and live a better life." Um, in this new day and age, you can't really predict a lot of things, but what you can do is diversify, 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 diversify. A little bit of everything, right? Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Get a little bit of everything, and as you build conviction, as you build education and knowledge, you can then up your basket in certain things that you really have conviction and believe in. Okay, so that's what I wanted to bring. I hope this made sense. I hope and somebody hears it and sees it, and I hope that you guys understand it. I pray, Father in heaven, as I make this video, I pray, God, that somebody would hear it, that it would help somebody out, that it would just help them to understand you and get to know you, and that they would become saved somehow through your working in this video, in the videos to come, and in people that are working around them as well. That you would send angels to minister to them, that they would know that you are now trying to call them because the time is short. So I pray you would bless this video, bless these people, whoever might hear it, bless the world and planet. I pray that your spirit would go forth and awaken many to know who you are and your saving grace. Bless us again, Lord. Thank you for all you do for us. And we love you, Jesus. And help us to love our brothers. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay, I'm praying for all of you. Anybody, please, if you see it, leave a message. Uh, Thumbs up, like the video, whatever you can do to help. We're going to try to help each other out. Pay it forward. Whatever you learn, pass it on to someone else. Whatever, you know what I mean? You just constantly learn, constantly pay it forward. And we are all going to do better because of each other, because we're help, the love that we're going to have for one for another, because that's how Jesus calls us to be. He calls us to love because he is love. So let's spread the love. All right, y'all, that's all I got for you today. You have a good one. Catch you next time.